Hello YouTube, this is my 1989 Rockwood RV. It's based off on a Colline 350. I've spent the last couple of months remodeling it. I'm just gonna walk you guys through what I did. First things first, like all these old RVs, the roof leaks a lot, so this one was completely rotted and it was leaking all over the place. So I wanted to replace it with your typical RV roof membrane, but I just decided to go with aluminum sheets. As you can see there, I'll give you guys a better look in a moment. You can see up here, this is just all aluminum sheets. What I did is just laid them out. Then after that, I laid the new one over it and overlapped it. And then I put a sealer, and then I screwed it down with just regular Home Depot screws, but these have a gasket in it so it won't leak. And what I did is I bent the aluminum over. It was really hard because it's a little bit thick, and I did it like that. That way I get a nice clean edge. And this roof is a lot durable and it won't rot like the other ones or rip or tear. I replaced the AC. Well, I took it off and I just put that fan there. And this is only 2 vents up here right now. I still have one that I have to install for the restroom and for the front bedroom, but that's pretty much it. In the back here, I replaced the stock light with this plate that I cut out. It's aluminum with some polyurethane material, I think, and another aluminum sheet in the back. And I just did these standard trailer lights for the stop lights. These are the turn signals. These are also turn signals, but I wired these off the front. I still have to install the backup lights that I have inside, but I just figured it'll be a much cleaner look and it won't be crappy like this thing here. And I also replaced all the clearance lights with LED lights and sealed them up real good, that way they don't leak. What I also ended up doing was taking out this really old heavy generator that's kind of useless now. You really don't want to go to a campsite and have this really loud generator, so what my plan to do is just build a storage compartment here, and I have a little Honda 2000 little quiet generators that I'm going to run off of it. I'm going to run this off of, I don't plan on running the AC, just regular electronics or TVs, whatever. And then I just installed these 2 porch lights here because I wanted to give it a little bit more of a modern feel. I was debating if I was going to remove this porch or not, since they're kind of a pain in the butt. I wanted to do this RV very simple. The less things it has, the less things that will break. So that's why I'm still deciding if I want to take the porch away or not. But anyways, here is where the water heater used to be and the refrigerator. As you can see, I took it out. No, I lied. This is where the heater was and the old fridge, and I took that out because I don't need a heater. I don't plan on camping in the winter, and if I do, I have a little buddy heater that I could be using. Sorry if the video is kind of all over the place, but as you can see, the roof, aluminum. I had a little bit of trouble bending it there in the corner, and then I finally got it, a nice little system going, and I did the bend over there really nice. I replaced the trim on the side, the trim cover, with this new trim because the other one was really cracked. And I put a new privacy glass window with the shade there because the other one was just falling apart. I also rebuilt this door. I have pictures of it. But this had the old style, so I just put this plate of aluminum over it. It's not pretty, but it works. And I don't know if you could tell, the inside of the door is steel. It's very small, small square stock steel. And I put another piece of aluminum there. It's kind of ugly, but it works. And then I just put some, I think it's called Luan plywood for the outside of the door, and a little bit of aluminum left over there for the kick panel. It's a really sturdy door now. It's not pretty, but it does its job. Good luck. This is the new interior. I'm still working on it. So as you can see right away, there used to be a couch here that was a bed. I took that out because I had no table, so I decided to make these little bunks. Here, these are the old cushions that were off the old couch. So I'm gonna have to put a new cover on these and make them look nice. As you can tell, this thing had shag. Well, you can't tell, but it used to have shag carpet. I don't know why anybody would want that in an RV, but I guess it was a thing back in the 80s. But anyways, I took that out and I put this laminate flooring. It's kind of all over the place now, but I have to fix it. So another thing with these little bunks is this little door here opens up. There's a little compartment where you could store things. I got these doors free at the Habitat store. They were giving them away, so just starting to get them. Then they clip in place, so they shouldn't open. And then these I had laying around, so this is like a polyurethane piece of plastic. And then here, this is where all the wires go. I just decided to make a nice little cover there. That way it hides it all, tucks it all away, and it looks pretty decent. This cover too over here, you could tell I made this bunks. It's just regular 2x4 and then 3/4 inch plywood on top. Nothing too fancy, nothing too complicated. And up here, this was the worst area of the RV. As all RVs, you could tell in this era, they leak a lot by the windows. So this is how it looked when I first bought the RV, and this is how it looked when I removed all the rotted wood. As you can tell, at the end was all rotted, so I took all that off. That's the new roof sheet that I replaced, and the support bar that I added. I added a 2x4, and these were the old nasty seats that were in the RV. So all this roof was just completely rotted out and nasty. All the front window supports were all nasty. I took all that apart and I replaced it. This left window still leaks a little bit. So when I have more time, what I'm gonna do is just fiberglass the windows shut, take them out, put fiberglass. That way they don't leak, and then just build a straight wall instead of a little curve. And it's kind of ugly here still. I still have to trim it out and adjust the roof because it's sagging a little bit now. And I have to install a light there and then a vent fan there. These were the old cushions. I just made these little covers for them for now. On this side, these had carpet on them. So what I ended up doing was just little planks of wood that I got at Home Depot. They were 70% off. I did that. I installed new outlets, these USB charging things all over the place. And then I still have to figure that out, the trim work there. I did the same thing on this side. Trim work, I have to finish that out. And the front cabin, as you can tell, these seats are out of a Scion XD that I have laying around for parts. I figured I would just upgrade the seats because these were all, they look like old couches. They had some weird pink material on them that I did not like at all. So what I ended up doing was I took the old seats out and replaced them with these. And the base, I welded it together with using heavier steel gauge. The seat belt still attaches to the original seat frame, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then the front here, this was like wood trim like the steering wheel is. I just painted that over with some metallic looking paint. It's taken apart right now because I'm in the process of installing a stereo in it. I'm gonna put a stereo in it. I might wire 2 speakers into these things and also 2 outdoor speakers outside. So up here, this one didn't have a door, so I got one of these other doors that I got for free, and I just adapted it on there. It fit perfectly. Then I put a little stand that holds it up, so it's really nice. It came out really well. I just have to paint the cabinet to match her different color. I replaced all these lights. There it is. As you can see, these are more modern, better looking. These are LED, so these are a lot better. And then this is where the fan the AC was at. I replaced that with this fan. It creates a nice little suction. The only place I'm really gonna camp is at the beach with this thing. But so I shouldn't have an issue with AC. Other than that, this is pretty much the little living room area. And here, this is still the original cabinet that came in the RV. I stained it a while back ago when I first started remodeling it, but there it is. I really don't like it. It's kind of ugly, so I might paint it. What I ended up doing here, this is where the refrigerator used to be. It used to be lifted. The heater was at the bottom there. I took that out because, like I said, I don't need heat in here. And I just put a regular refrigerator that I could run when I'm on shore power or with my generator. It shouldn't have a problem. And then this is a normal, I think it's 8, no, I don't even know how big this AC unit is, but it should do what I need it to do when it's in here. I made this little enclosure out of wood that I had. And then here, it's still a work in progress, but this is going to be a little door that I could store whatever it's called, a broom or whatever I need, whatever junk I need to store in there. And then I lined this with it's like a plastic. That way it's if it leaks, the AC leaks, it won't penetrate the floor. It'll just stay in there. That closes it up nicely like that. This little cabinet up here, I still have to fix. What my plan on doing is putting some CPU 12-volt fans to suck air out. Because when I had this thing on in the middle of the summer, it would get kind of hot and stop blowing cold air. So with a little bit more suction going out, it should fix the issue. Like I said, I don't plan on running it 24/7, but if I needed to, I want it to work well. And then I just put this outdoor GFI switch for the AC. Even though it's not outdoor, I just wanted to have extra protection. This was the original wire for the AC. When I took the roof off, the wire used to come into here and there was a lot of slack, so I pulled it out. I ran it across and across there, so it would come out there. So it's still wired to the same circuit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for here. I'll do a little pan here. If you guys have any questions on this, just let me know if you have any comments or suggestions. Here it's still pretty basic RV cabinet. I wanted to keep it because it's nice and it's big and it's enough storage for whenever I go camping. Kitchen here was a pain in the butt to do, but it came out really nice. These are Home Depot closet made cab counters, or I don't know what you want to call them, but these were a little tall, so what I had to do is I had to cut them down a little bit shorter, that way it wasn't too tall. And these ones right here, it's supposed to be two big cabinets and a small one, but the big cabinet did not fit up there once I cut it. So what I plan on doing here is just getting some wood like this, making a little cover here, and then getting a hinge that will open like this. That way I could just have a little bit of storage in there. But that's coming soon. And then these cabinets go in really snug so they don't fall out when I did drive it, it didn't fall out. So hopefully they stay like that. If not, I will have to put something that holds them in. And then this cabinet here, it's a little dirty, but I didn't want to lose the cabinet. So what I ended up doing was cutting away right there. That way when it closes, it clears the sink. I still have to cut that off and clean it up a little bit, but it works. And then this cabinet is really big and really deep, so I could just store a lot of stuff in there, put little crates or whatever I need. And then back here, it's not going to close because of that power cord. What I'm going to do with the power cord is cut it off and put an RV twist lock, and then make an extension cord out of that for the RV. That way I don't have to roll it in there. I could store it in here if I wanted to. It's just a pain in the butt to keep it back there. It's just really crowded, so I don't want to get it out. I want to get it out of the back. And then this right here, it's one piece of stainless steel that I had. I cut it to size. It's a little dirty because of all the junk that I've been doing to it, but I still have to clean it up when it's done. I cut it to size. I cut the hole for the sink. The sink went in there nice and snug, so it shouldn't pop out. What I ended up doing down here also was attaching it with these screws that go up against the wood and the sink, so even if it wants to go up, it can't. I put one in the back, one in the front. I think there's another one back there, yeah. So that works out really nice. And then here is aluminum trim that I had. That way it wasn't a sharp edge. I used this, I riveted it in place. In the back there I also added some trim. I need to finish painting the wall back there. And I gotta put some stick-on tiles that I have. And then finish trimming out that corner. I need to trim out this corner too with the same type of trim. But the stove, I got it on eBay. I got it cheap because it had a little ding right there. It doesn't really bother me, so it's whatever. And here, 2 little good sized burners for whatever I need. I was having a lot of trouble lighting it, but it ended up being the regulator. The way I ran the propane on this thing, that's just I ran a regular propane barbecue regulator to it, and then it runs out the back. It's gonna run out the back over there once I put another little access door, so it'll be rolled up. You can kind of see it back there. It'll be rolled up back there. Whenever I want to use it, I can pull it out and put the tank outside and chain it up to the wheel, or I could even route it and put the propane tank in there. It's one of those little 20-pound ones for the gas grills, so that's something I want to do. Like I said, I want to keep this very, very simple, very well, basically very simple. The less things to break, the better. Down here is the power center. This little light here, this little switch controls the light that shuts that off. When you go down here, as you can see, this was the old propane hose, old copper hose that came with it to the other stove. I'm gonna cut that off and not use it because, as you can tell, it's already wired to the propane regulator. And then this is a little cabinet. I still have to, I might build a little door there or just close it up. I don't know yet. So it could hide all the electronics. And then up here I might put some baskets that'll come out so I could access what I need to. Here is all the breakers and stuff. This is a really nice little breaker box. It came with the inverter already. It's down there. And then this is a really good brand. And what I like about this, when the 12-volt system, it shorts out, a little LED red light comes on, lets you know which which fuse it is. I didn't label these because I really don't know what is what. I kind of will do that eventually. But anyways, as you can tell here, this is as deep as this cabinet went, which is perfect because all that is back there. I'm going to have to cover that up somehow. And then this circuit, I ran it by itself since I had an extra circuit available. So this has a bigger load on it. You could put on it like a microwave or a blender, whatever you want. And then here, I put this in before I removed the generator, thinking I was going to keep it. But since I'm not, I'm going to take that out and probably put another USB power thing like that down there. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens with it. But up here, it's still your basic control center. Turns on the pump and the light, and this really loud fan that I might upgrade. And then this is a really nice toaster microwave combo that I got at the Habitat store. Toaster goes there, microwave goes there. I don't ever plan on using it if I'm going camping, but it's nice to have. But yeah, that's basically my kitchen area there. It's really simple, simplistic, not a lot could go wrong. And if it does, it's all accessible. And then one more thing, this is a foldable faucet, so it folds away. I was originally going to use this in another build that I'm going to do, but figured I'd had it, so I might as well use it. So it works perfectly good. You just turn this little knob here, the water comes out, that shuts it, and then you can fold it away for storage. So it's a nice clean look up here. So there's a lot of counter space whenever you're not using it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on what I used, how I did it, I'm going to try to upload some pictures along with this video so you guys could get an idea of what I did. If you guys still want more, just let me know. So this is how I looked after I tore out the whole kitchen and sink counter combo thing I had. And here you can see I already installed the cabinets and the countertop. This is a piece of the stainless steel that I had cut out for the sink. And here is the power inverter, how it used to look before I replaced it. Here's another shot of the kitchen counter going in. Here's more of the power inverter. As you can see, it was really messy, so I wanted to clean it up a bit. This is the original kind of setup here, this bed. It's all really original. I haven't touched any of it, but painted it back here. I might paint it again because I don't like it. I did a TV mount for it with a little piece of wood there to hold it up because this thing has no strength. But I don't know what I'm going to do back here yet. I know it used to leak here, so I might have to replace all this. I'm going to eventually. But then the wall back there was really bad, so I replaced it and painted it. It's not pretty, but it works. So, and then under this, I'm not going to lift it up, there's a bunch of stuff on there, is the holding tank for the water and the water pump. This is the fan that I have to put into the restroom, and that's the fan that I'm going to put up to the front. It came with the RV already and it works, so I'm going to use it. Here I'm going to trim it out with this type of aluminum trim to keep the thing going. I really like this aluminum trim. It's light and it's sturdy. These are all original cabinets. I'm just deciding if I'm going to keep them white or blue. Haven't decided yet, but I'm working on it. This door is original, as you can tell. I'm going to paint it and fix it up and put something to close it. And this is the restroom here. So this is the restroom before I remodeled it. This is how it looked when I bought it. As you can see here, it had that really ugly carpet and that nasty toilet. And this is how the bathtub used to look. There used to be a pack rat in this thing, so I had to go through it, tear everything apart, and behind the tub where you saw right there, there was a bunch of chewed wire, so I had to go through that and replace all that stuff. I put a new bathtub in it because the other one that I had was really yellow and cracked, so it's a brand new tub. This is a piece of aluminum that I just used as the face of it. It had some plastic that was yellow. I didn't like it. This is the original bathtub surround. I painted it white with the Rust-Oleum plastic paint. I don't like the way it came out. As you can see the paint streaks. So what I'm gonna do eventually is get a sheet of aluminum like that, because they come in I think it's 5x10 where I buy them at, and just fold it and drop it in there and it'll look really nice. But that's gonna do it soon. It's not important right now. Put a brand new light in there. Works good. The tub was a little shorter with this tub, so I just put a little piece of stained wood that I had laying around there just to make it a little nicer. This is all still original mirror there. The sink is still original. I just painted that. This is aluminum that I kind of scraped up to see how it would look. It looks alright. It does its job. And that's a new faucet. The sink is still the original shape. I just cut it out of a piece of wood and put that on there. This is a little trim. Put a new outlet on there. A new toilet. I still have to figure this out right here. I'll hide all those wires. I might just leave them exposed because I don't really care. New toilet. And then it's a toilet support. I don't know what it's called. It lifts the toilet up because it was too low. I have to shim it so it won't move, but that's all little things. Alright, as you guys can see here, these are not the original seats. I may have pictures of the original seats that I'll include so you can see what I was working with before. But these are a lot more modern and nicer. These slide manually, no power, nothing like that. What I ended up doing was I cut off the base off the old seats, which is that. And I welded it to this. I know the welds are a little ugly, but I cleaned them up a little bit and I put a lot of weld in there so it shouldn't come off at all. And they're kind of a little high because of this. I had to lift it so this mechanism would clear this and it would let me slide it. But I might lower them in the future just to see how it feels when I drive it a lot. As you can see, the dash, it's all been painted. It was that color. Painted it to this, a little bit more modern, a little bit more sleek. And then the thing with this RV was when you turn this key, it won't start the RV because some mechanism in here broke. I didn't really want to fix it, so I wired this starter that runs when it's on. When the ignition is on, this thing runs and it'll let you start it like that. I'm gonna put the stereo in there, like I said before, and wire those speakers to in here, like that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do with this thing so far. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. Then here's where the propane system used to be. What I ended up doing, I just took it out. As you can see there, nothing's in there no more. I'm gonna build another storage compartment in here and probably get a bigger door and cut it to size. And then cut this crap out and I want to put aluminum trim that goes across like that to kind of go with the look inside. If you guys have any questions of how I did anything, or you want to see more of something, just let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys.